Hi everyone, welcome. Welcome to What's That Even Saying About Us? Today, during this live, we will discuss anything that comes to mind. I don't know why the title is what it is, but I just felt like it would be, how can I say, mysterious maybe. And often as crafters, as crocheters, or at small business owners, or whatever you may be, whatever the case may be, um, we tend to approach life in a different way. Maybe in a more, I don't know, I'm not a person who would bother putting up with something that displeases me for very long. That depends, of course, because I have a lot of things in my life that are not at the best point right now, and I have a lot of mental health issues. However, I think that some of us tend to maybe not stick with things that don't fulfill us or don't satisfy us, like jobs and things like that. And a lot of my friends are disabled or unemployed, such as I am. And by the way, let me put my links in the chat real quick. And I am late for rent right now, and I still owe quite a bit of money. So if you want to help me out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. I am a little bit desperate right now because I can't seem to be making any income. So if you want to help out, huge hugs to you. Had some very kind help yesterday, but of course, still need a bit more. I'm still missing 250, about 250. So if you want to check out my Etsy and my Ko-fi, oh, I said Ofi, that's why it's not doing anything. But if you want to check out my Ko-fi, that would be really appreciated. That's where my fundraiser for my donations is. And if you want to tip me because you enjoy my stream, that's where to do it. With Ko-fi. That's yeah, because I am not monetized on YouTube, and I'm nowhere near those numbers. So you know, I take what I can get, which is Ko-fi for now. All right, so things that I recently learned about in the golf community. I feel like this needs to be addressed, and saw that a few days ago, and I did talk about it in my previous live, but it is quite intriguing. So I've come to learn recently that Aurelio Voltaire is making a movie, and the trailer is gonna be available in like the fall. He said he didn't have a specific date, but it would be at the earliest this fall. But the premise of the movie is that there is a certain type of S worker. I cannot say the words on YouTube, unfortunately. Who accidentally summons a demon, and the demon's gonna be played by Ogre from Skinny Puppy. So I know that a few people are fans of Skinny Puppy in here, so I thought you might want to know that. And the premise of the film is that she accidentally summons a demon played by Ogre, like I said, and must cast him away, or not exorcise. It's not exorcise, but it's, banish him. Banish. I think it's banish. Anyway, when you make it so the demon goes back to where they came from, that's what she must do to him. So that's gonna be special for sure. And I might argue that he will make a very good incubus. But yeah, I am intrigued to see what this is going to be. And this is I don't think it's gonna be a super big movie either. I think it's more on the smaller size, but Like I like that type of stuff. That's the kind of thing that really get me going, is small independent movies. Really, really interested in that, and I cannot wait to see. It sounds really sexy when you read the, not when you read, but when you watch the pitch video that Voltaire did on his channel. Hi, welcome in, Leather. How you doing? I'm doing very poor right now, as always. But you know, hope you are doing well. But yes, this movie is going to be finished one day. We don't know when, but all the fundraising and everything is already been done. The fundraising campaign's already been out and finished for a long time. So I think now they're like post filming. I do know that ogre scenes were filmed because Aurelio said so. He said on his Facebook that it was finished filming, that he delivered a good performance. So I'm assuming that maybe at least most of the filming for the whole film is done too. I don't know. I can't really know. I don't know how extensive his role will be in the piece, so I cannot talk on that specifically. But what I can say is it seems to be underway now, to be really going well. So, and they managed to gather quite a bit of money too. In the I won't say numbers, but it's a public campaign. So if you want to know, there's nothing stopping you. You can see how much they've gathered. So today I'm working on more cats. Because it turns out it's not the 9th of May, it's the 6th of May that I have to finish this one by. But it's okay because the only part that's left to do is the body, so I should be okay. Not too bad. Well, that's the only thing I'm feeling right now is I'm poor. It's taking up my mind space, so you know how it is. There isn't much I can think about other than the fact that I'm gonna be evicted soon, so. And now there's no way around that because I owe too much, and they're not gonna wait until Monday, and money doesn't deposit itself on the weekend with PayPal. They don't do that, and I don't have a credit card, so I can't get that done either. You have to have a credit card for it to be deposited instantly. They don't do that with bank accounts, and so yeah. Um, So I am going to be evicted. There's not really a way around that now. You have a question? Oh, maybe. Oh, goodness. I don't really have the energy to take on another project right now. I'm sorry. That would be cool. However, I'm too overwhelmed. I have a lot of orders, and I already have to finish my parents' Christmas blanket, and I already have um to finish a bunch of other stuff as well. But yes, but November is too quick. If you count, that's like a few months away from now. And like I said, I already have a lot of things planned out. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Like right now, even right now, I'm swamped with orders, which is taking away from my crocheting time from my shop. So I can't even be working on products for my shop right now because I'm just delayed on orders, and I keep getting delayed and delayed and delayed. And I have just things laying around that are unfinished. I have patterns that I have to put into PDF that I can't do that yet, and I just have a lot on my plate, and I don't really want to be taking on new stuff that I don't know I can complete. I have two tests that I have to finish now too, and so yeah, I'm still gonna be like, just even if it's November, it's too quick for me. Because last year what happened is I finished my parents' Christmas present the same day they were in town. Well, in town in Montreal, and like I finished it just before they arrived, or the day before, I don't know. But it was so last minute. I don't want to be last minute this year. And like, I don't want to be swamped with just orders and neglect other tasks that I absolutely have to do. People don't necessarily understand how much work you get when you're a small designer or a small business owner, but I don't have any downtime at all. All I do is that I don't watch movies. Well, the only time I watch movies is while I'm working. And like, people don't understand. They think I have a lot of laying around time because like I have my own shop and everything, but all I ever think about and do is that. So like, I do my little thing on YouTube, but I'm still crocheting at that time. So I don't mean to be rude, but I'm just overworked right now. But I hope you find someone to do that with. That does sound like a cool project. You should see the amounts of squares that I have to do for other things. It is absolutely crazy. Yesterday, last night, before going to sleep, I was joining squares because I couldn't sleep, and so I had to take that moment to work. And so I was joining squares at like 1 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, that was something. And I was just like whip stitching them together. I think it was whip stitch. I don't remember. It was late. But it's absolutely crazy the amount of work I have. Like, I won't ever be finished with all of that until like 2030 or something. And okay, let me remove my gloves. I have to wash my hands again because they're very greasy right now and it's greasing up my hook, and I don't want that. I will be right back. Sorry for the shitty accent, but so is life. Alright. Are my safety eyes dry? No, they're not dry yet. I'm gonna make a dragon with pink eyes. Or a snake. Maybe a snake. I'm thinking a snake actually. But I have some safety eyes here with slit pupils like this, and I painted them pink because they were clear. Oh, right back. And I am back again. Sorry, gotta wipe the nose real quick off camera. Hopefully my nose won't let me down this time though. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to limit my phone contact to not grease my hands, so don't ask me to look things up. I will not. Oh, thank you, Nightbot. I appreciate the reminder. And everyone else, don't forget to hydrate. The warm days are upon us. It's gonna get hotter. It's gonna get dry sometimes. Not here though. It's always humid in Montreal, which sucks. Let's see the forecast today. Please tell me, dear Nightbot. Like, what's the temperature in my own city? Okay. Oh, yeah, and I mentioned I was testing a tote bag for Nessa's knots, which is the blood drip tote. And she is thinking of adding a page on how to do a lining. And so I told her, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm definitely going to put a lining on mine. That's for sure. Yeah, it's humid here too. It's not really cold. Right now it's 16 degrees, but yeah. It's humid. It's always humid. Even when it's dry, it's humid as heck. Oh, you're having yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, earlier I made a reel on Instagram. Oh yeah, I have TikTok now, and I hate that I do. But it was a necessary evil if I want to expand my business. So there you go. I'm Winter Nightmare C because the whole crochet did not fit. It said Winter Nightmare CR something, and so I just removed the rest and I kept the C because Winter Nightmare is already taken on TikTok. So I'm stuck with that as a username, which is the same as my Etsy. So I mean, it all works out, right? Because Etsy does the same. It has the same character limit as TikTok. So I'm not gonna make TikToks very often because I do not understand how to make a good TikTok. The platform is very chaotic and ever changing to me. I already learned how to make a good reel, but I don't know what constitutes a good TikTok. I know it's different. I know you have to think of different things. And I know that now you're supposed to like stitch, but I don't know who and how to stitch. I don't get that how people choose a random video content and have it running next to them while they talk. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't know. But I know that now you're not supposed to be on your own. Like, most of the cool people, um, they all do it with someone else in the background next to them. And I hate TikTok, but now there you go. I have it, and the reason is I wanted to see the video of the guy complaining that his mom got mauled by a bear, which was incidentally it was funny because his mom herself said that she would rather face a bear than a human being, and she's been mauled by one. But the guy used that to call women privileged for being scared of men. That's fun. That's fun. He said that he would rather his mom be alone with a man than a bear. And his mom herself said no years ago on Reddit. By the way, I have been around several bears. So, yeah, it is weird, but I guess we're 8 billion people on here, so it's bound to happen, you know. I can't believe Winter Nightmares username that people think is appealing. Because the reason I chose it is because I have CPTSD. And to spite a person who told me I was just trying to be edgy by using it too. So, see? Two birds, one stone. Spiting people is good sometimes. So yeah, I'm using Red Heart Bright Stripe at the moment to make this kitty body. When I was in elementary school, since I lived in a very forested area, we were actually taught how to handle bear sightings and bear encounters. And we were taught how to react if we come face to face with one, because obviously that's one of the only dangerous situation unless it's a mama with cubs that you know that she's gonna want to protect them if she's too close to you for sure, and if you interfere especially, or if there's food between you and she's trying to feed her cubs, then you're in trouble. But like most bears will not just randomly come to you. When you're in the forest, you have to make noise. You have to talk, to sing. Bring a dog. Bring something. Loud footwear, something that will make you your presence known essentially, and that will help you be safer. We always brought our dog, and my stepmom has bear spray, so you know we've seen a few bears. We've been close to a few bears. We've never had like face to face, in your face encounters. But yeah, when I was in elementary school, we were taught how to. There is a wildlife shelter in my hometown, and the man that was there, he passed away unfortunately, and his wife is taking care of it now. But he's an expert in wildlife. He spent like months alone in the wild, caring for animals and things, and he spent months with wolves and trying to get his one of his wolves to come back because it escaped, and it was not set to be in wildlife alone because it had gotten too used to being fed and everything, but it escaped. So he got him back. But the guy's an expert, and he told us when you are face to face with a bear, you never ever play dead, because what it's gonna do, it's probably gonna try to eat you. It's gonna try to take you back to its place. What's a lair? A bear lair? I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna try to take you back to its feeding area, and it that could put you in danger unless you're like wounded or something. If you're wounded, maybe that's the best option in some cases. But what he said is you make yourself as loud as and as intimidating as possible, and it's gonna scare the bear away. So that's how we were taught to handle that. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, black bears are puppy dogs. They climb though. Grizzlies, yeah, grizzlies can be a little bit more intense for sure, but they're not gonna just approach you for fun either. Yeah, no, cougars are another thing. We were told if you're face to face with a cougar, you're probably gonna get a few scars. Yeah, cougars. There are cougars in the area I grew up in. Never really saw one up close. We've seen a few from a distance, but lynx. We've seen lynx up close. Like my dad has pet lynx before. Lynx are very cute. They're so cute. Who's tagging me? Things? I'm getting spammed. Oh goodness, Instagram is being annoying and not giving me my messages. Yeah, I wanted to tell my friend about something. Okay, so essentially, a while ago I received a long ass, yes, I'm going to swear, but a long ass text of emotional manipulation and guilt tripping from someone who I will not name on YouTube. And I just told someone about it and like basically got the whole but what happened that prompted this, as if it was to be prompted in the first place. Like I would argue that no matter what the circumstances are, you don't send someone a huge wall of text of emotional manipulation. Like I don't know what in the world makes that okay. And like no matter what the amount of emotional growth is done, it's just someone tells you they've received that, you have sympathy and you're like, whoa, that's really messed up. But this person's first response was to be like, what could have possibly prompted this? Why? I don't get it. That's so confusing, and almost wanting to pry and know what I had done to deserve it, kind of, you know? And I was just like, I just want to remind people no matter what you did, it is never prompted that someone manipulates and hurts you. So, no, just don't accept that, folks. No matter who it is, even if it's someone closest to you, even if it's someone you've loved for years and trusted, um, you're worth more. And don't let anyone tell you that you deserve it, or if you acted differently, you could have avoided it. The matter of fact is, or the fact is that you can't possibly have avoided someone trying to hurt you. And so yeah, that just happened today. The talk I had with that person. But the wall of text I received was like last month ish or the month before. I don't remember. Anyway, it was weeks ago, and I'm a bit puzzled, but at the same time, I understand the response. It's almost like this: "I shall not be a victim" mentality. that whoever receives something bad must have done something. Otherwise, like, how can I protect myself from bad people? But the truth of the matter is, you cannot. You can't really shield yourself from that. It will happen, and it's just how you react to it that defines the situation, you know? But yeah, you have the option to grow into a better person, and you have the option to remove yourself from the equation, but never let anyone tell you that it's your fault if someone treated you badly. Like, that's not good. Yeah, no, I was replying to my friend because we had something important to discuss. Yeah, the Grizzlies go after you here. That's fun. Yeah, no, not here though. I've seen grizzlies in the wild, and they're pretty tame in my area at least. Maybe it's because I don't know. I guess it depends how they feel pressure in their habitat, their place of living. I don't know. I guess it depends because there are some areas there where they're more used to humans, or they might feel threatened or something, you know. But the ones I've seen were just like chilling. I was with my dad on a quad ride, and there were bears on the other side, like not too far away from us, and it was just like, okay, they just let us be, and they never showed up or anything. Not that it would have been hard to escape on a quad, you know, but yeah, you can outrun a bear on a quad. Maybe not on your feet. It depends. But yeah, it's just like every time I've said something about this to that friend I was talking to, it's always been like defending the other person and things like that. But it's so much in a person who's been subjected to that kind of abuse. It's just reactive way to be is, oh, you could have avoided this if you acted properly. It's sort of a response to shield themselves. It's not really about you and about what you've faced, but it is about what they have faced themselves. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you later. Just like shout me something on Discord and I will tell you what it's about. But I just don't want to put that on YouTube because it's a personal matter. But yeah, it was not great, and it was. The only thing about that is like I'm trying to give my friend as little info as possible because I don't want her to jump to her own conclusions and like spread everything outwards, you know, because I kind of feel like she's been asked questions by people and she's been replying to those and telling her my stuff because she's been asking me questions like, hey, what happened with X thing, Y thing, Z thing, and I'm just like, oh, nothing, same old. It's like a questionnaire. It's really a questionnaire, and I'm just like, well, I don't really want to air that out. The things I tell people in confidence, like, sometimes I just tell people things casually and just like, oh, you know, that annoying thing is very annoying. But, you know, it's just that sometimes you just want peace of mind and you want to move on, get on with your life or something. And it makes it hard because yeah, you will always encounter someone who has faced horrible things and is going to project that on you, or make it so you feel as bad as they do. And I've done that for a long time without even understanding that's what I was doing. And now that I'm conscious of it, I try to steer away from that because it's really hurtful. But it's always just life. Life is such. You encounter people. There's not much that can be done. Yeah, yeah, you are invading their space. We're invading their space. That is for sure. Yeah, grizzlies are slow. They're slow, but yeah, they're big. So it's like you said, you can maybe outrun a grizzly, but I couldn't because I have short legs. So and I'm not very fast on my feet. So my best bet is to carry bear spray. I put a reel on Instagram with some of my plushies, and it seems to be. Is it doing well? No, it's not. I got 6 likes. People's reels are getting more visibility, and mine aren't. I'm just not very skilled at that. I know I said I wouldn't touch my phone too much, but I'm being careful not to really touch the screen. Well, not the screen, but like the areas that are sticky, per se. You're a short A too. Yes, I've used a lot of tags. I've used the maximum amount of tags. It doesn't work. My reels just never get liked. I get views, but I don't get likes. I get like 40 likes, and that's the most amount I get. I have one reel that has over 1,000 views on Instagram, and that's the thing. That's the only one. The other ones are more like maybe around. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I have one that got 3,500, and I have one that got 1,900. But other than that, it's in the few hundreds, and the most likes I get are around 20 to 40 likes. Yeah, yeah, that's. I know that I have to just still put content out every day, but yeah, it's just discouraging sometimes, and I just don't like filming and editing. It's annoying as heck. Bears on their way to steal your girl because she won't feel safe enough around you, and it's a bear on a skateboard. I can't turn my phone around to show you, but that's funny. Oh boy. And it's just a big bear smiling, and while the other bear is on the skateboard. Bears are really cute despite being so dangerous. And I just like how when I said that on Instagram, that I lived around bears my whole life and I've never been attacked by one despite having seen a few. But the same cannot be said about men. That guy just went, not all bears, blah, 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 blah. And proceeded to bear explain to me that I was wrong to think bears won't attack and eat me. And I was like, that's not what I said. I said they're safer than men. Anyway. Oh, you're over 100 subs. That's awesome. Congrats. Yes, cubs are so cute. I've seen such cute baby bears. Like I said, I used to live near wildlife shelter, and we've seen we've seen babies. We've seen a lot of babies. We've seen wolves. We pet a baby beaver. That was adorable. Baby beavers are so cute. It was this precious little thing, and it would let you pet and hold it. It was so cute. And it was something the lady owner was showing us. She was feeding the beaver, and she was showing us the baby. So yeah, I'm over the whole debate about this, and not because I get tired of things in particular, but more just because men are getting so annoying on social media because of it. They feel the need to tell you you're wrong about your own safety and your own experience with them. And it's like, you don't know. Like, most men go through, well, not most, a lot of them get attacked too, and I don't want to diminish that, of course, but like a lot of people, especially those who will tell you things like that on social media, go through life without experiencing any kind of real threat, and they feel qualified to tell you how to feel about what you've faced yourself. And that's why I'm kind of over the whole thing now. I am a very feminist person, and like I take those issues to heart. I'm just like tired that this is essentially going nowhere. And no matter what anyone says, people are just like, yeah, but blah blah blah, and not really willing to understand why a person would choose a bear instead of a man. And it is because you cannot predict the outcome with a man. A bear outcome can go either one of two ways. It will leave you alone, or it will hurt you. With a man, there are so many possibilities and dangerous things that could happen that I won't mention on the tubes. Yes, I've seen your deer. It's very cute. They're fluffy and round. Yes, cubs are fluffy and round. And I'm fluffy, and I don't know if I'm round. I have a pear shape, kinda. I'm fluffy and pear. I got a crazy idea. Um, so I was shutting up someone on Facebook, essentially, saying that I was over 300 pounds. And like most people like to shut me up, not to shut me up, but like to dismiss me and say you can't possibly be over 300 pounds. You're too pretty to be fat. Well, first of all, I am over 300 pounds. That doesn't negate that I look good. But like a guy was like, "How? I thought you were like 150." My guy, I don't even fit on rides at theme parks, at amusement parks. And like I wanted to go prove him wrong and just like weigh myself. I didn't do it though cuz I don't want it to depress me. I've not weighed myself in years. But I know last time I did, I was over 300 pounds, and there is no way I lost that much weight that I would be 150. I was just like, what the fuck? And he said, oh, but I mean it as a compliment, dear. You look good. Yes, but I'm fat and I look good. Is that really such a thing? I don't like that people dismiss you saying, that's impossible. I don't believe you. You can't possibly have this problem because I feel that you don't have it. That that's weird, right? I'm not crazy. But to me, being told that I don't look 300 pounds is not a compliment because I I am over 300 pounds. I look that way. I don't want to not look that way. I want to be valued as I am, if that makes sense, you know. I want people to still think I have value and to still think I'm worthy of being looked at, not really in the sense that people will stare at me, but I want to be like appreciated, you know? At one point you were around 400 and you're 110 now. And you have to see the plastic surgeon. Yeah, the loose skin is really uncomfortable. You know that a few months ago I lost around 40 pounds or something, and I had such loose skin from just that. It's crazy. And it's really, I have a lot of jiggly here, around here, on my midsection, you know, and that's probably gonna have to be removed at some point if I lose weight, because it's already jiggly as it is, and it's very uncomfortable. People don't particularly understand if they've not lost a lot of weight themselves, but all that stuff moves around, and yeah, well, I've heard the lady said that when she turns around in bed, she squishes her breasts because of the loose skin. Like she will trap the loose skin under her and it gets really uncomfortable. Well, sometimes I have to like maneuver them not to be like lying down on them. And that's just a reality that you have to deal with when you weigh over a certain um threshold, you know. It's annoying, but yeah. At least I'm not gaining as much weight as I was. That's just because I'm poor and I barely can afford to feed myself, but you know. Yeah, I don't take it as a compliment though, because exactly, I look fine, but I want people to know that I don't look fine because I look thin. I look fine just because it's okay to be 300 pounds. That's what I mean. People assume that I can't be that because I wouldn't look as good. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I want people to still value me as a morbidly obese person, which I am. And my doctors are very concerned about it. Like, they're like, oh yeah, with what you weigh, you're gonna have to be treated real soon and things. And like, but I still want to be valued, even if I'm that. I don't want people to go, you can't possibly be this. It's horrible to be 300 pounds. You're not horrible. That's what I don't like. And I don't want to take it as a compliment, because that's not the way I see it. That's all. It's not flattering to me to be told I look thinner than I am, because it implies that I would look better if I was, if that makes sense. It's just not very valorizing as it doesn't make me feel good about myself to be told thinner is better. It doesn't, simply doesn't. And I get that for a person who's thinner, some people really do feel like that, and that's great that you feel good about your own weight loss journey. But I just don't want to feel bad about myself because other people are thinner. Because I believe we should all be valued regardless. That's why didn't like when the guy said to me that it's impossible that I'm that fat. Yeah, and he was also using this to be like, oh, I'm so fat and band merch doesn't fit me, blah blah blah. He was complaining that the band didn't cater to his needs. That's what he was doing, and he was saying that I was lucky that the band catered to my needs because I was thin. That's what he was saying. But okay, what I'm wearing right now, it's an XL shirt and it's too tight for me. I know it doesn't seem so, but with gender dysphoria, I feel it. Like, this shows shape and I don't like it. But this is like, I think that's an XL or a 2XL, either of those. But they don't go over that. Most of these shirts don't really fit me that well, and they've been stretched out by purposefully stretching them out myself. So, well, I could show you photos in which I totally look that way. Yeah, he was being like, "Oh, but you're thin. You don't have to anything to complain about." Well, he didn't say it that way, but that's what he meant. Um, but people are always surprised, and people shouldn't be questioning what weight you are when you tell them. He even like DM'd me to be like, "I'm sorry, but I don't believe you." Okay, well, don't believe me. I don't know what to tell you, but it's just very kind of daunting to me because I used to be 120. For a very long time I was very tiny. After my growth spurt ended, I capped at like 120 pounds for years until I gained weight after very unhealthy relationships. But then people are like, yeah, when I was that weight, people were like, oh, you could change this and this about your appearance. And when I started gaining weight, I had a boyfriend telling me I was too fat for him, and that he would leave me if I didn't lose weight. And I was like 130 pounds when he said that to me. He was gonna leave me if I got any fatter. That's what he was telling me. And now I got people telling me I look the weight I was when that guy wanted to leave me. And it's kind of a mind F. And I'm like, can I just be myself and be liked? Like, can people just keep their stupid comments to themselves and not comment about my body. Like, that would be great. One of the reasons I'm so heavy is because I have massive breasts. And that's not good for my gender dysphoria. And I look thin because my weight spreads that way. It spreads forward. I have a very big belly and I have giant thighs. Um, I have quite wide hips, and well, it's just that the fat accumulates in those regions of the body, and like, I look lean when I'm just showing the top part, but I'm hiding my breasts right now because I don't really feel like showing that with gender dysphoria. It's kind of a weird experience. But I okay, I don't know if it's gonna show, but see? Well, I have some, and I'm wearing black. Black is slimming. I don't want to show you my body, but if I do like this, you're able to see a bit more. See how my hips protrude like that? That's where the fat goes. That's why I'm so fat and I don't really look it, because if you stop here, my shoulders are drooping, so they look lean. If I'm just like that, I don't look as fat, but yeah, you know. But that guy was stupid. Oh goodness, people don't mind their business, do they? Well, yeah, 160 is good. Yeah, the loose skin is the worst part. You can always tighten it up. That's not how it works. People are silly. You can tighten your skin up if you lose like 20 pounds, but not if you lose 300 pounds. You need surgery. people people make me sad. I wish they would close this this thing. We would say clapper in French. I'm telling my friend I'm using WinStitch. WinStitch is software for cross-stitch designers. I even have the paid version because I designed them for my Ko-fi page. But yeah, a friend of mine was saying that those shirts are not ideal for AFAB because they're tied across the chest and loose everywhere else. And I completely agree with that so freaking much. I just wish like it was larger here and that I didn't look like a tent everywhere else. That's what I want. You're waiting on hearing from the plastic surgeon. I hope you get an appointment soon. Or at least, oh, sorry for the burps. But I hope that at least you get a consultation. They do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Exactly. They do it if it has a medical reason. Otherwise, you have to pay for that. So they're gonna look at your folds. That's what they're gonna do. It's considered cosmetic, despite being one of the most uncomfortable thing ever. Oh boy. know what I'm gonna do if I ever lose all that weight is I'm gonna stop washing myself on purpose just to have something to show for it, and then they'll leave me alone and they'll do the freaking surgery. I think I would be that desperate, because right now, as it is, I only lost a couple pounds a few months ago and I have loose skin because of it, and just even as I am now, it is annoying. So I can't even imagine how it is for someone who's lost that much. Like, I used to be very, very small. And I have a lot of stretch marks too, so my skin is basically jello. There's nothing holding anything at all. I'm a big bag of jello. And yeah, my whole body is basically covered head to toe, and well, not my head, but maybe like shoulder to knees is covered in stretch marks. So, well, I forgot my calves are too. um, I gained weight very quickly. But I do have hyperhidrosis, so they could cover my skin removal surgery on the basis that it could cause serious medical complication if I were to have too many skin folds. I know that I get rashes under my breasts during the summer because of the sweat, the boob sweat. So that could be something. Boob sweat is, ugh. I don't wish that upon anyone. Boob sweat sucks. It sucks. You had 2 C-sections and got infections. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to wear a sports bra. And that is because it gives me gender dysphoria to wear any bra at all. I go braless not because of how it feels on me, but because of, um, well, unless I absolutely have to, I go braless. Like for a formal event or something, if I go to a show and my boobs are gonna be flinging in people's face, then I'm gonna wear a bra, but otherwise I just cannot deal with it, and I'm not happy or comfortable wearing one. No one's ever. I know a lot of people, like in public, they see you and like I get stares, all right, and I get like older women be like, "Ugh," looking at my chest, and I'm just like, well, go someplace else, lady. I get weird looks and comments from people, and I wish I could just remove my boobs, but yeah. Also, that would be a very difficult and long procedure, as I have to lose weight before the surgery. That's what they ask of you. Yay, stretch mark galore. Yeah. Boost shakes. Yeah. Those are great. I can't bind because I'm not female to male. I'm female to nothing. So if it makes sense, removing parts of my body that would make me more male to the general public gives me the same level of gender dysphoria. And because of autism, also, I have too many sensory issues and I can't bind. So, no, it's not the same as binding. Anything that is a female garment feels weird on me, and I'm still trying to process wearing dresses and things like that. So, like I said, sometimes I feel femme enough to wear a dress and be okay with it. But Mainly, I don't want to wear a bra because I'm not a woman, and like it's a social expectation that I should be wearing one for other people's needs, essentially. And personally, I'm just not okay with it, and I don't like doing that. I just don't feel good when I wear one. So yeah, no, I can't wear a binder, and I've never tried to even wear one for, like, I know how my body looks in certain garments, and I know that I'm not going to be going to be able to tolerate it more than a certain amount of time. And you're not supposed to wear a binder more than 8 hours at a time either, or was it 6? Anyway, there's a set amount of hours that it becomes unsafe to do so. And being the person that I am, it's not realistic for me to say, hey, if I'm going at a show, I have to stop mid-show to remove the binder because I've done my amount of hours already. Like, it would be too complicated. It would give me massive amounts of anxiety. And I know that doesn't make sense to most people, like, just manage it, but like, to me, that's something I have to actively think about. Any type of garment that I have under or over something, it adds heat, and I overheat quite quickly. I can't handle any amount of heat on myself. I don't do well. I will sweat all over. Just not overall a good thing for me. What I do like as an option is something that conceals my breasts but doesn't bind me. Like, I've made crochet thingies before, but like, they helped because it was just like a breast cover without really acting like supportive and without lifting the breast. But it's hard to find one that I can tolerate and not disrobe. If you don't know what disrobing is, it's something autistic people do. It's an automatic gesture, and that can happen in public. It's just that you'll remove everything just like that. You will just like take off everything you have. And so the more garments I have on, the tighter they are, the more uncomfortable they are, the most likely I am to have to disrobe in public. So that's just another thing I have to take into account. I mostly wear band t-shirts now. I mostly wear t-shirts and nothing else. Well, pajamas, but pajama pants basically. That's pretty much what I can wear. Yeah, I have baggy clothes too. At the weight that I'm on right now, it's hard for me because I wear the biggest size of skinny puppy shirts there are. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I like to wear skirts in the summer, and I'll be honest with it, it's not because of the femininity. In fact, skirts were associated with males before. It was mostly men wearing skirts. But for me, I don't see them as a female garment. It's just that they're comfortable when it's really hot because you have some. It's airing you out, so it just feels good to put on a skirt. So that's why personally I do that. Skirts are the best. I just put on like maxi skirts, the super big, long, flowy ones that cinch at your waist, but then the whole rest of it is super tall and basically hides your whole body in it. That's what I like. very long, swishy, gothy skirts. And I wear crop tops because of the shape that I have. It makes anything that constricts my belly is difficult for me to wear. So I like crop tops because they stop directly at my underbust, and that's really comfortable for me. So even if it highlights my breasts some, you win some, you lose some, right? All right, I'm gonna go fix the heating or something because right now it's really getting a little bit too heated here. You wanna have a laugh? I just looked at my roommate's scale. He has a thin person scale. It stops at 200. Wow. Unless his scale is in kilograms. I think his scale is in kilograms, actually. Let me check that. Because he's French, it would make sense. Okay, no. Okay, no, it's not. It stops at 280. That's good. It stops at 280. I misread that. Because the numbers under are in kilograms, and the numbers at the top are um, pounds. Yeah. So, but my goodness, if I were to climb on that scale, it would just like spin. It would spin. That's what it would do. It would just spin in circles. Mm. I love plaid button shirts. They're fun. Yeah, I actually have one that is really nice. I don't think I have it here. Let me see. Okay. I can't tell for the life of me where it's gone. So I can't tell for the life of me where it's gone, but I have a very tall pinstripe skirt that is red and black, and it is really pretty. It's one of my favorite ones. But it's all completely red and black, and it's so comfy. Was wearing it for the eclipse, actually. It was a bit cold that day, but was also hot enough to be in a skirt. But yeah, I like really flowy garments. Like I would wear a cloak, things like that. I need to make more fancy things at some point. Oh boy, a scale that goes up to 500. Yeah, mine is an analog scale. I don't know if analog is the right word, but the one with the spinny wheel. We don't have any digital numbers on it. I have a kitchen scale, but it doesn't go up to that number, and I wouldn't dare stepping on that. I would break it probably. Hi, welcome in. How are you doing, dear? But yeah, mine is the small kind. Well, it's not mine; it's my roommate's. But it's the small kind with the spinny wheel at the bottom, at the top. This one is like 8 inches tops. In the sleeves, and the wrists don't go small enough. Red and black and green. That's cool. Oh, 3 videos. That's a lot of work. That's awesome. What were you filming? It's supposed to be there by the 4th, so it will show up this weekend. Awesome. Thank you, dear. And we're May 3rd, so it might, like, show up very soon. Tutorials. More tutorials. That's cool. Yay. Yeah. This is starting to take a weird shape. I'm trying to push the stuffing in a more productive way. I don't want it to be like an oddly shaped pear. It's already shaped weird enough. Okay, so I've been looking at a lot of YouTube Shorts content, and song lyrics that like everyone seems to be very innocent about, and suddenly you learn that it's not so innocent after all. You know that? Like, for example, you'll have a very popular pop song, and then you'll learn what it's really about, and it's shockingly spicy. So I hadn't heard that specific song in years. Last time I heard that song, I was probably a teenager. Anyway, regardless, it's a Britney Spears song, alright? So it's well known. And it's called If You Seek Amy. That's how it is titled, and that's how on the TV and radio it was titled. But I never really paid attention because it was not my musical style, so I never really even asked myself what the lyrics were. I never really listened to it. I've only ever heard on the radio what it is. Do you know that song? But let's just say that I can't sing it because I don't want to get copyrighted, but I just learned what the lyrics are, and it's not about seeking Amy at all. Let's just say that. It's not about seeking Amy. It is not. Very good song. I love Britney Spears, but it's not about Amy. It's like spelling a specific 4-letter words. She says, love me, hate me, say what you want about me. I'm trying not to get copyrighted by singing, but yeah. And then it says, all of the boys and all of the girls are begging to F you know what, me. Yes. Like it says, Yeah, yeah, that song too. But basically, a lot of people were in the comments saying, "Oh my goodness, there's a swear word," and I was just like, "Yes, dear. Yes, dear. What do you expect?" It has a swear word. It does. And now it's stuck in my head. You know, when I was a teen, she was very popular, and so I've never really paid that much attention to her until I was older. But I admire her courage in many regards. She's faced a lot of oppression and problems with her conservatorship she was under. And I don't mean to make this whole live stream about Britney Spears, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it. But yeah, this little cat is going to be ready soon. All I have to do now is just the head and assembly. It's almost finished. I'm happy about that. And I am very much inclined to start a new pattern soon. Because I really feel like making a snake with the same yarn. So, tell me, either I use this yarn to make a snake next. I have another skein over there. So either I make a snake with the same yarn color, or I use another one that is completely different, and I will show you in a moment. I just want to finish this round here. Just a sec. Um, I'm almost done with this. Well, I'm almost done. Like, I have 3 stitches left. There. So, the other color I'm thinking, let me get that for you on my yarn shelf. On my yarn shelf. On my yarn shelf. On my yarn shelf. Here. So, I would hold this together with black. This is Ice Cream Big Scoop in the colorway Moose Tracks. It is discontinued, though, so I cannot buy more, but I have enough to make one snake, right? So, it's blue and pink and yellow and white, and it has a hint of purple. So yeah, that would be what I would use. Holding this together with Ubby Mega Ball in black, and I would make a snake with this, or use Bright Stripe. Those are my 2 ideas. So let me know what you think. Hello again. Sitting my behind. Oh, it's like a sponsorship thingy. Oh, it's a square trade. I'm not doing it because I have too much things on my hand, unfortunately. Oh no, the bright stripe is not to get out of my stash. I actually have to buy it again because I will have to finish more orders with it because these kitties are my biggest seller. So if I run out of this, I absolutely have to buy it again. So it would be just a choice of color for me. Because I sell these by the dozen, like really every time I have it on my Etsy shop, people buy that. So it's crazy. Yeah, I think it would look pretty good as a snake too, just because it would be a little bit psychedelic, you know. It would be a very trippy snake. It would be scary. Oh, Dana, fellow trucker, cool. Yeah, I'm like swamped with everything I have ever, and I'm testing two patterns, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, but November, no, that's a bit too much for me. That's a bit too tight. Because right around November, Halloween is at the end of October, and I have to prepare months in advance for Halloween because my main business is oriented towards scary things and things like that. So I do have to take several months to make scary content, things like that, things for my shop that I think people are gonna like and they're gonna buy. So yeah, no, November is I can't do that. I can't do it by then. I already have too much. I don't want to take on more. Like I'm already overwhelmed with things. So and outside of YouTube, there are other orders that I don't talk about that I have to fulfill. Like there's this lady who ordered a massive cross stitch piece from me, and I barely ever get the time to work on it anyway. So as it is right now, it's just not possible for me to take on any more than I have. And even with testing and things like that, I probably shouldn't have taken on so much tests, but I was interested in the patterns. And one of the tests I'm doing is I showed you the colors actually, but one of them is becoming a present for Dawn. I'm not gonna say which one in case she watches this, but yeah. So I'm trying to kill two birds in one stone with that one, testing a pattern and making a gift for a friend all at once. And I also have a Christmas blanket for my parents. I'm making it a yearly tradition to make them a Granny Square blanket every year. And I bet they'll be really pleased when they have like 20 blankets, but it's okay. And I'm making one for my brother too. He moved in my parents' condo for college last year, so I'm wanting to make him something to make it a little bit more homey, maybe a bit more fun. So yeah, winter is swamped. Zombie vampire. Yeah, yeah, something like that will happen at some point. I know that for Christmas I want to design a Krampus something something like that. And I want to do a very nice, scary one, though. Avoid dehydration. You see, thank you, Nightbot. That's wild timing. I was just drinking water. Thank you, Nightbot. You're very sweet. Where is the thingy? Okay. Oh yeah, and I'm also thinking of my yearly Halloween blanket for next year. I'm thinking I want to design it though. I'm thinking mosaic because I keep doing granny square blankets and it's fun, but also I want to diversify it. And I've been using too many neons, so I'm kind of thinking what kind of palette I really want. I'm being silly with my friend online right now. She has a favorite in the projects that she made. And she asked me to not tell the other ones. I won't, I promise. Nice. Oh, I'm starting to see people for the blood drip tote test that I'm doing. Someone did green and pink. If you don't remember what I did, it is. Hold on. Damn it. I can't find the photo. Yeah, mine was yellow and black. So if I search media, I should be able to. Oh, yeah, there. That's what I did. Someone just did green and pink. That's pretty cool. All right. Yeah. Um the thing with that is my blanket is definitely going to have more than two colors. Let me just say that if I do a mosaic, it's gonna be a color changing thing, like almost like when you do tapestry crochet and you're very motivated and you have like 10 colors going on. Like maybe I won't have 10 colors, but I will most likely have at least a few in there, at least the few classic ones. But I'm wondering about the palette I want to use. If I want to do more of a classic Halloween vibe or more of a muted tones, more of a fall color vibes, that sort of thing, right? It will have black. I'm pretty sure it will have black. Everything I do has black. But yeah, usually in your classic Halloween vibes, you get like orange, green, purple, white, sometimes yellow. Oh yeah, I was just telling Leather earlier that I made a TikTok account There's nothing on it yet, so I'm not gonna advertise it just yet. But I'm going to become a menace one day on TikTok, hopefully. I'm saying this jokingly, by the way. But yeah, I have a TikTok account now. It's been a long time coming. Like, there's talk of banning it in the States, apparently. I'm notorious for getting things years after everyone's already tired of them. But that's just me. It takes me a long time to adapt to things like that. But yeah, black and green sure is a beautiful combo. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have all of these colors already, so I mean, I wouldn't have to go shopping too much. That's for sure. Especially the fuchsia, because I'm going to use it for a zombie cat. But after that, I have the rest of it, the rest of this cane, so it will probably make its way there somehow. Yeah, I used to not do TikTok either, but yeah. Uh, oh, ankle. Ah, I was sitting on my ankle. That is not good. Oh, ouch. Yeah, Instagram is a lot too. Oh, oh my X. I have an X account, but the only thing I do on there is laugh at J.K. Rowling. That's the only thing I do is laugh at her. I'm not even following her or anything. It's just that I see a lot of posts about her on like threads and things like that. So I go over to see what she tweeted about this time, and that's pretty much what I do. I don't even comment. I don't even reply. I just look at her tweets, and I'm very I roll my eyes at the sky, and that's pretty much it. X is Twitter. It changed names when Elon Musk took over. It used to be called Twitter and had a little blue bird. And it's a very popular platform to fight about politics. That's mostly what it's about. I'm on Reddit. I don't use Reddit that much. I'm not sure I like Reddit enough because people talk um, about very, very intense personal stuff on Reddit, and posts tend to be excessively long, and I just don't think I have the focus to read them anymore. If it makes sense. So, yeah, my interest in that platform has dwindled down over the years. So, yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube shorts, a lot of Facebook short videos, and a lot of Insta reels. I tried to watch a few TikToks last night. I got bored after a while because I don't really like the format mostly. I think I'm just not used to it right now. It takes me a while to catch on to those things. So I've not really gone down the rabbit hole. I have yet to go and just follow all the accounts that I already know. Like, I'm gonna follow the crochet designers for sure. I do a lot of threads though. I use threads a lot, but Not mostly for my business. I do a lot of mental health and like things like that talk on there. I make posts about politics and things that maybe aren't the best for like Instagram and things. So yeah, that's what I do. All right. I'm gonna take a finger break. If I manage to make that stitch there. Ooh, that one was difficult for the fingies. Alrighty. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't tweet either. I think I've used it like 1 or 2 times at the most. Elon decided to give it a 1 letter name, just like one of his kids. Yeah, yeah. And he also purchased Twitter just to spite his trans child. That's what he did. He's a horrible human being. You have Ravelry. Yeah, I have Ravelry too. Proud as a peacock. Oh, that is cool. We're gonna look at that. We are going to look. I'm not finding it there. Maybe on Ravelry. Let's see. Oh, I found it. Yes. Save in searches. And going to add you on there as well. Oh, it's very pretty too. Let me link that in the chat if anyone wants to see. I use Ribbler a lot more, but I let go of the forum fully because goodness, the forums were exhausting to deal with at times. There are a lot of kids on Ribbler. It's mostly kids, actually. Oh, you decided to work on your dragon. That's awesome. So yeah, that's a pretty scarf thing, and I like that a lot. Actually gonna probably make it. Why don't I already have a Lovecraft's account? That's weird. Well, now I will have a Lovecraft's account. Hey, I said. Come on. Yes, please. There, download the pattern. I think it would look super good in some neon colors. Shocking, me talking about making something in neon. But like if I did black and then the other color would be a color changing yarn with a bunch of neon colors in it, I think that would be super neat. Yeah, that would be cool. 10 whips, 3 pairs of socks. That's good. I'm gonna do a quick count right now. Just on my desk, I'm gonna count just what whips I have on my desk. So I have this zombie cat, my Baba Yaga shawl, my virus shawl, so that's 3, Darjeeling tea 4, a baby blanket 5, my shawl that I designed 6, and then I have a cross stitch sharp 7, and I have an embroidery project 8. So only on this desk I almost have 10 projects, and if I extend to like my cart over there, I have 2 whips in there. I have a big shawl and I have a top too. So that's 10. Behind me, I have a whip that I'm frogging, so maybe I don't think I count that one. Yeah, I'm not counting that one. It's getting frogged. Because I'm using the yarn for a shawl or something, because it's Salt and Shadow, and it's green and black. It's like olive and black, I think, or no, it's sage and black, right? Yeah, so yeah. Just in this room right now, I have more whips inside my cart. I have like, I have 2 blankets in this one. I have another blanket in this one, so now we're at 13. 14 with my sweater. 14 with a sweater. Another. I have 2 coffin bags, so we're at 16. 16. I have a bunch of mushrooms, so I just have the caps. I have to make the rest. But 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 whips. 21 whips. Here. Okay, I don't have any in this drawer, but I know that in there I have a bunch more whips too. I have a whip there, so 22. I know there's some more. So I have at least 30 whips in my whole place. I'm gonna be right back. Just a short bathroom break. And of course, I have the green kitty too that I have to finish. So that's even more. Ugh. You have some perfect yarn for something like that. Would you make it in mini, like in micro crochet or something? Like you should use some of your mohair and to make a tiny little scarf. And you could make it, instead of like repeating the pattern thingy, you could make it narrower to have an even tinier scarf. Far too many whips. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, same for me. I usually manage when I want to learn something. I will go to such great lengths to learn how to do something that I don't know. At first, I was so confused by mosaic crochet. I did not get it in any way, shape, or form, and now I'm testing for someone. So, I wanted to learn, and I did, and I enjoy mosaic crochet a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a part where I have to count the most because the increases are far apart. But as soon as I'm done with the increases, it's like all straightforward from there. So I still have two. Well, I still have 1.5 rounds of increase. So when I was a kid, I was a lot into video games to the point where it's pretty much all I did. Um, but I was a very, very big Nintendo person. I've never been an Xbox or PlayStation kind of human. So there is a game that was very popular. It's called Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube. And there was a Super Smash Bros. Before Melee, and there was one after called Brawl on the Wii too. And it's um, a fighting game essentially. You choose a character from Nintendo and you just fight the other ones, and um, it fulfilled my autistic dreams a lot because you could change the color of your character, and you could use like all the same character. Like you could have Link from Legend of Zelda, and you could have him in green and red and white and black and blue, and all fighting each other on the same battlefield. And so that was pretty cool, but it sparked in me a desire to always make more colorways of one project, and because of that it's impacting my crochet. So you see how many zombie cats I have, right? And I've decided to make all of the neon colors I possess of the small version. So yeah, now I just like I make the same things over and over. And I feel like by providing that, it's kind of an extension of my childhood in a weird way. I don't know if that's making any sense, but to me it is. Yeah, kind of like the shawl, it would be tiny. Not a fan of cutting every end. Yeah, no, me neither. I hate doing that. But yeah, with overlay though, I mean, I don't mind doing an envelope border. It's not a big deal to me. It takes a long time. I'm not a fan so much of cutting and rejoining and cutting and rejoining, but I mean, I'm sacrificing kind of my sanity for the fact that I think the result is beautiful. So yeah, for the test I am doing, I don't mind doing it so much, and yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a headache, but I know a technique to make it easier for myself. The way you anchor the thread in the first stitch is gonna be a specific way that's gonna create a little bit of space for you to do that properly when you're at the edge. Well, once you do your envelope border, because you have to do one side, and then after that you have to go like use the under loop of the stitch, if that makes sense. I don't know how else to explain it, but when you do an envelope border, it's basically you do like a bunch of rounds of double crochet at the top, but you do it at the bottom too, and you trap the end inside of that. That's what that's what hides your ends. All right, I'm almost finished with the increases, so I'm just gonna count that, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as I can. We got 4 more stitches. But yeah, I've been enjoying mosaic. The thing I like to do the most though is mosaic squares. And I like to use color changing yarn. And I like to use very high contrast yarns so that I don't have to weave thousands of ends in. I'm very lazy at weaving. I don't weave. So, yeah. Well, I weave as I go normally, but the reason I don't like to do it with small, dainty things as much is because I'm always afraid that it will escape me, no matter how well I weave it in. I'm always afraid that it will make its way outside. You know, I do it anyway because as a crocheter, you make sacrifices sometimes. There, my hair is not cooperating right now. Okay, come on. Okay, there you go. So, yeah, but I'm happy in my learning of overlay mosaic crochet. I prefer how it looks. Your son and you that play that like every time you're together. Oh, that's cool. Frogger, that's awesome. Yeah, I've seen that game. I've not played it, but I know what it is. You find a style that's going back. Yes, yes, I know which style you're talking about, but I don't like that the way it looks. I prefer the way overlay looks. It's just my personal preference. I prefer the dimensions of it and just the way it lays on the fabric. Yeah, it was something. You're an old bee. I'm a young bee. I'm a semi-young bee. I'm not as young as some, and I'm not as old as some. I'm in the in between. My body feels old, but I don't have a grip on life. So, yay! Now we are finished with the increases. Look how it looks like kind of a trippy mushroom right now, right? Trippy mushroom. That's what it is. There. If you eat this, you'll probably die because it's acrylic yarn. Yeah, it does. Those mushrooms are good for human consumptions, though. Not this one, but they usually are. My stepmom forages sometimes, and she gets a lot of those. I don't like mushrooms for the most part. For me, it's really difficult to eat the mushy consistency. Thank you, Nightbot. I used to like the regular round mushrooms you get at the grocery store. I don't know the species of it, but the one that have just a round little cap on them. I used to be okay with eating those, but now I just don't deal with any kind of mushy things. A brave soul. Knitting what? I'm not sure I understand. I don't remember what you're referring to. I don't remember what I said. Now I am in confusion of this moment. Yes. It reminded you of a talk we were having on Dana's that crocheting. Yeah, yeah, it takes a lot of time for sure. When I used to knit, I would like make one row and then put it aside and wait for 10 hours before picking it up for another row, and then a few days after that I might not pick it up. There's a thing that people do on Instagram that gets me so angry is they go in group conversation and they add a story instead of adding a photo. So you have to click on it and wait for it to show the whole time. Otherwise, you still get a notification every time. I hate notifications. My friend is asking me if Winstitch is worth it. And I said, the free version is kind of okay, but I paid for it because I sold cross-stitch shirts. And so for me, I have all the whole things. I do enjoy Winstitch a lot, but yeah, it can lag quite a bit too. I don't know if it's my graphics card that's the problem. I don't think it is though, because I play video games on my computer. This is a gaming laptop that I have. Yeah, knitted fabric is pretty. Yes, but no leather. What I mean is on the Instagram app, inside the app, when someone sends a picture through their story instead, it gives a timer and you have to watch the whole thing. Otherwise, it tells you that you've not seen it and it appears in blue and it flashes in blue inside of the inbox. And that you cannot turn that off. You can't turn it off at all. Even if like my whole phone notifications are off, so I don't have notifications anywhere. But every time I check on my Instagram and I check at the group conversation for testing, I always see the blue triangle. Because I have to play through every one of the photos people send. Otherwise, it keeps appearing as if I've not seen it. Even if you can see it visually inside the conversation, you have to actually click on it and visualize it. But yeah, you can't turn that off. It's just a built in feature. It just tells you, oh, you've not seen this. Please look at this. Please look at this. But I have. But my Instagram doesn't know that I can see what's inside the group chat. Like, it doesn't catch on that. Some people have caught on fast enough that when you're in a group chat, you should just send the photo as an attached media and not like link to a story. But yeah, just because it's easier to just do that instead of having everyone have to click on it to go away. It's just some problems that I have with Meta. I'm a beta tester for Meta. I'm a beta tester for both Instagram and Facebook. I applied for Threads too, and I don't remember if I got in the testing program, but I'm on it for the other ones. And like I get new features a little bit earlier sometimes. It's neat. But also I get to experience all the bugs and all the problems before everyone else. So yeah, it's great. But you have to update your app constantly because these get released in like a day. But like if we were to have a major Instagram update that affects multiple accounts, I would get that first. I would be one of the ones being, hey, I can't do this thing anymore that I used to love. And everyone would be like, haha, I can still do it. And then they will all cry because now they cannot anymore, you know? I like complaining about my job. What can I say? I think it's something we all kind of do. We complain about our jobs. Sometimes it feels good to do it. But there is indeed no way to remove the little blue triangle that tells you you've not seen this photo yet, you've not seen this photo yet, you've not seen the. Yeah, Instagram is annoying like that. More hydration, I need it. Yeah. Yeah, no, Insta is just like that. It likes to grab your attention and pull on your sleeve like a little kid. I would show you what it looks like, but yeah, I don't want you to see my private messages, especially not the testing group because I'm not allowed to show that. But yeah, and I'm the kind of person who likes to have time to myself a lot. So I don't like it when an app tries to tell me, "Look at me, look at me." You know, I will look on my own time when I want. You made it to Threads. Oh, every app has beta test program. It's just to make sure the features work before they are released to the public. Every game, every new app has beta testers. Hmm. Oh, my friend thinks I was talking about a phone app. Ooh, the confusion. Yeah. My hands are starting to hurt a little bit though. So I'm gonna say hello. Oh, no, 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 no. It's not a beta. The app is not in beta phase. But there is a program you can apply for to get the updates before other people. But every app has. What the heck? I've been locked out of my account. It's an option. You can opt out and opt in at any time through the app store. Yes, it is. It's up and ready for everyone. No, no, I wasn't waiting to get threads. I was waiting to see if they had a beta test. I didn't check back. But no, that you're not understanding. The app is for everyone, okay? Everyone has the app, but on the app store, you can apply to test the new features as they come out. For example, if they change the way you share images or they add videos or things like that, I will be one of the first people to see that. But the whole public will not have that yet. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the beta tester program is for Meta. You just get uh like updates before everyone else, but Threads is already released. It's been released for a while now. But like on Facebook, sometimes they remove things, and like the AI thing, I got that like, well, it's only recent, but now Facebook has an AI search engine, and it's obligatory. Every time you look up a name and something or a group or something, it goes through the AI chat. Everything is done through the AI search engine now. And it's a way that they control what goes inside the AI, because you cannot search for your friends anymore without it. So every time you type a name, it adds that to the database. And I don't like that. So if I want to see the skinny puppy page, I type in skinny puppy, then it will type it in the AI database that I just search for skinny puppy. It's something people search for, you know? So everything is feeding the AI bug right now. And it's getting hard to escape it. And it's all also like, yeah. Thank you, Nightbot. I'll have a sip then, just to satisfy Nightbot. But one thing I dislike a little bit about being a beta tester is when you get all the buggy and laggy features, and then your app doesn't work for days, but everyone else's works, and people are like, "What? You can't be on your account right now? I'm all over Instagram," and you're like, "Yeah, no, I'm not." Like every time I logged in for an entire month, every time I logged in or did anything for in the app, it would close it down and do an error message and ask me to report a problem every single time. Every time I tried to watch a story, every time I tried to post on my story, I could not post on my story anymore. And I was not restricted. Like my account was fine, but it bugged. And every time I did it, it closed the app and it wouldn't post. And I was like that for like a month. So it has its issues, you know, but you're testing new features and finding bugs. And like you have a button you can click to write a report to Instagram or any app you're testing new features for. So yeah, hopefully, usually it gets repaired easily and quickly, but mm, sometimes it just takes a little while longer. I don't even know if, yeah, but I didn't check back with threads, but I probably opted in too, just because I did it for the other ones. But I just don't remember. I have too much on my mind to even know right now. It's funny because um, on this yarn, the section of green is larger than the other colors. So even if you have like the body here, of course, is narrower. So when you get to the face, you only get like two stripes of each color. But if you were to have a yellow section, like I did on some of my other cats, it would have half the face with the yellow and green. So that's how I know the stripe is actually much, much longer than you'd think. And I know that now it approximately takes me a whole color change plus some. So that's how I can approximate how much yarn it's gonna take. Right now I'm at the pink and I have to go through purple, all the purple, and then all the black, and then back to the other purple on the other side of the black when it reverts back. Right. I gotta spill out the yarn because it's starting to get stuck in the cake. Sometimes it does that. Yeah. It also had its advantages because then you're aware of everything before everyone else. And as a small business owner, it helps me because it helps me adapt. Because I'm autistic and like being faced with a new feature without any option to opt out of it is really freaky to me. At least that way I know before. And if I'm angry about it, I can just opt out the program for the duration and just get my normal features back, you know. But it helps me adapt before it gets released, and then everyone has to deal with it collectively because that's really hectic for me. That's a big change, sort of. It's difficult to explain, but I like that. Also, I can put that on my resume. That sounds stupid, but it's true. The smallest thing you can think of might be impressive to an employer who doesn't really know. Like I wouldn't say that if I were to work, for example, for an IT company or whatever. I wouldn't say, "Hey, I'm a beta tester for Meta." They'd be like, "Yeah, okay, everyone else is." But if you're applying for another type of job, you can be like, "Hey, this has taught me the sense of creativity and blah blah blah." And uh, testing new features and things is part of my qualifications. So you can always play it to your advantage when you do little things like that. And it's not lying because yeah, you're testing for a major app. It's just not official and you're not paid for it, but you can definitely put that on your resume and use it. Like use anything you can because the corporate world sucks. So you're gonna have to deal with it and make sure to turn things to your advantage. And I know it's just like, oh, you get like a little thing that other users don't. Okay, no big deal. Yeah, but you can always spend that when you apply to jobs, and it's not even like you're decideful because yes, you really are testing things. It's not like you have a testing job though, but experience is experience, and I'll take what I can get, I guess. I have significant gaps on my resume, so anything I can put on there that is relevant will help. My nose is itchy. So yesterday I was. What was I doing yesterday? I know that I finished all the limbs for the zombie cats. Yeah, and I sewed together some of my giant 10 round granny squares for a scrap Halloween blanket that I'm doing. So I did that yesterday. What else did I do? Um, I guess that's pretty much what I did. Yeah, I discovered TikTok. What about you? What did you do yesterday? anything fun at all, it would be the time. Hmm. You were crocheting and you were going for a drive to Vegas. Whoa. Yeah, you were watching Dana. That's what you said. I just wasn't connecting the dots. That's what you were doing yesterday. So, is Vegas as special as they say? Or are you not allowed to tell because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Is that it? We're not supposed to say what happens in Vegas. You sat here and she was driving her truck. Yeah. Mm. Las Vegas. Yes, I just pronounced it with a very French accent. Yeah. So I was talking earlier about new horror movies that were in production. I kind of realized that I've fallen so off the wagon with horror. I've not really been paying any attention whatsoever to anything that's coming out or going in or any of it really. These zombie cats are bobbleheads. They're literal bobbleheads. Well, maybe I'm gonna try to turn this one into a TikTok. I don't know. Like, if I film the assembly process, I could make something funny. I don't know. I gotta figure out how this app works and use it to my advantage. As much displeasure as that causes me, it's gonna help my business. You've never been there. I've never been there either. Sorry, I just burped very loud. But yeah, what happens in Vegas stays there, so none of us will ever know what happened. Ah. Um, I'm just releasing hair bubbles between my joints. And for some reason, I don't get hair bubbles in my left hand. Oh yeah, people are boycotting Loblaws as if I could afford to do that. We're having some a-holes in the Facebook group again. People complaining about posts being delivered to their newsfeed. Well, if you don't want to see posts of the Facebook group, it's easy. You can just unfollow it. Anyway, sorry, rant over. People were just complaining about Trent Reznor again. People always complain about Trent Reznor as if he's such an evil person for being successful. I don't think he is that bad. I think people are allowed to like Skinny Puppy and Nine Inch Nails without it being a crime. But some of the fans are like very dead set on you cannot be a real fan if you listen to this, you know. Anyway, someone just commented, "Why am I seeing this S word?" Because because you're in the Facebook group. That's why. Why are people so angry about him? Yeah, he's quite alright. I mean, Nine Inch Nails is not really my favorite ever. You've never cracked your knuckles. I love to crack my knuckles. But yeah, like Nine Inch Nails is not really my favorite thing. But I mean, it's not bad music by any means. It's not bad. Just so happens that it's not really my style, but like the production is excellent, the quality is great, happens to be very popular for a reason, you know. People don't just decide, oh, I'm gonna like this shitty pop song. No, it because it appeals to them in a way. Like it reaches something in them, the beat might be good to them, or maybe the lyrics. That's why you like a song. You like a song because it appeals to you musically. It reaches you, your emotions. Maybe it makes you move in a way that you like. But why are people so intent on causing harm to Trent Reznor because he supposedly copied a song, which by the way, Down in It and Dig It are not the same thing at all. They are very different. And okay, you can kind of see that there's an inspiration between Skinny Puppy and uh, Nine Inch Nails, and he's even said that he was inspired by Skinny Puppy in their early days, but all the accusations against him are so unfair. People go like, "Oh, Olger should be more popular," and blah blah blah. He's way better, and blah blah blah. You're aware that that's all sort of things that are hurting his ego, you know, because hearing day and night that, "Oh, you're better, you should get this and this and this and that," and like maybe as an individual it isn't that beneficial to you, or you don't specifically need it, but like who's to say how Ogre feels about all of that? For sure, Trent Reznor doesn't seem to be mean spirited about any of it, and he's even talked about this. And Ogre even came out to say he didn't have anything against Trent Reznor as well. Like, he went like, no, there's no bad blood between us. We don't really care about that, because everyone seems to think that they hate each other for some reason. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this too much, but I just know one side because I've seen um, in the Facebook group Ogre reply to some of the comments about this specific issue. Well, to them it was all in good fun. Like, that's all there is to say about it. $36. Sorry for that weird pronunciation. I have 36 rounds right now. We have to reach 41. But yeah, just my little short musical talk here is thank you Nightbot for the reminder. Just like Nightbot said, right now I'm short on rent and I'm already late on it, so if you want to help out with that, that'd be really appreciated. The link is right there in the chat. Thank you all. But yeah, I don't know what all the beef was about with that whole thing. But all I know is none of them seem to be mad at each other over any of it. I've known that Ogre has been upset in the past about Marilyn Manson stealing his stage acts, but he said that's because he was not honest about it, and went and copied whole stage acts and went like, oh, this just happens to be something I'm doing. And I never acknowledged that it was Skinny Puppy, that it was taken from Skinny Puppy and things like that. But I don't think he cares so much anymore about the relevance of Marilyn Manson, because I think he sees that Marilyn Manson has very bad perception from the public eye, and I think like he doesn't want to associate with that because that's just what I think. I have no way of knowing really, but I've seen him in the past talk about this issue, so that's why I think he just doesn't want to give this any more thought, and rightfully so. Marilyn Manson hasn't really been the best, which and just like outside of the legal battles going on now, it's just a known fact in the music industry that he's a very destructive person to work with, and he's abused staff and he's destroyed hotel rooms and things. Like, you cannot blame that on sex, drugs, rock and roll, right? Like, no, abusing staff members and trashing hotel rooms, destroying equipment. That's just a nasty thing to do, no matter who you are, no matter how famous, no matter if you pay for it. You're scaring people on purpose, and like that says a lot about his character, in my book, at least. Like that he does that on purpose. It's no good. The latest singer for Skid Row was he just quit because of health. Oh, yeah. Sometimes people have beef. I know that some members of some bands absolutely despise each other. And I know some bands that have been broken up by pride and ego, and oh, that is such a thing. Like you cannot let this other person succeed or be anything, and you just can't bring yourself to work with that person because like it's not even about personal issues anymore. Sometimes it becomes about purely I will not be in the same room as this person because I am too good for them. So I gotta crush them as much as I can. I've seen bands go like this. It's never pretty. We never want it to be that way. But it's something that happens because the music industry, I mean, you're being looked at by tons of fans. It's gonna affect you in some way, and sometimes it just highlights some predispositions that you might have. Like there are a lot of people who have deep psychological issues who are in the music industry, the film industry, any of those, and it just feeds their ego so much to be doing that type of job. And maybe it's not the best for them, maybe it's not in their best interest, and they would probably still feed their ego in such a way, in other different ways if they weren't famous. But I feel like it's just feeding into the machine of giving them more and more attention and validating them through their awfulness as a person. And it's like, oh yeah, but no matter how bad of a person I am, all my fans still love me and keep saying beautiful, beautiful things about me, and it's validating as a person. So I think it's really hard to work on yourself when you're constantly being validated and told how great you are. That's just what I think, because you're not prompted to do any self work because you think even if the people I personally know have issues with me, who cares, right? I still have this whole lot of validation towards me thrown my way. So I'm better than everyone else because I can get that source of attention this way, blah blah blah. And I think it's easy to fall into that trap and to stop self reflection or just to never start anyway, to never start at all. I just think it's easy to fall into the pit and like emotional laziness almost, and refusing to grow can also be a problem for a lot of people, especially those who are constantly being told how fantastic they are. And I think I'm understanding and grasping it a lot more. Yeah, because of reasons. Yeah, that's the thing too. There's a lot of jealousy in that industry. Oh yeah, I was talking about that other musician who I will not name, that has worked with a few different bands in the past, and he was super jealous of Matthew Setzer being chosen to play with Frontline Assembly, and so a bunch of stuff was said by his wife and himself online, and blah. Anyway, it created a whole deal, and people were bashing Matthew and the comments and things like that turned really nasty. It was taken to the Skinny Puppy Facebook group even, and it created such an uproar. At some point, I just realized, what am I even doing talking about this issue I know nothing about? And I just stopped myself and I just quit the discussion. I just told people that were telling me off to F off, and I just stopped replying altogether. At some point, I was like, that's just celebrity drama. At that point, I don't even want to be invested in it. Like, the guy is just jelly because, hey, he decided to charge more than Frontline Assembly could afford, and that's okay. That's his decision. He knows his worth, blah, blah, blah. He's working, so he's very much entitled to ask for the money he's worth, and he knows that bands will pay for him. But if a band cannot afford that, whose freaking fault it is? You have to get salty because they hire someone else that's cheaper? Well, of course they will hire someone else. They still need to tour. You're not like the center of the universe. Like, they still have to go on tour and do their thing. So if they hire someone who just happens to ask for a cheaper price and still does a better job than you anyway, I gotta be honest about that part. But if you're just gonna be jelly and um, petty about it, it just means that, yeah, you're just stuck in that competition mode. My goodness, my pronunciation sucks today. But you're just stuck in that competing attitude. You just need to be petty and to, like, why didn't they just keep me and pay me more? They can't. Oh, they're a bad band then. Lame ass band that can't afford me, blah blah blah. Yeah, they can't afford you. So what? Frontline Assembly is a small band. That doesn't mean they're bad. Not by any means. They are great. I love Frontline Assembly. Special place in my heart. Because it's one of the first industrial-ish acts that I was really interested in and invested in, even before Skinny Puppy. For a long time, I did not like Skinny Puppy, and I loved Frontline Assembly. That's before I discovered more about Skinny Puppy, by the way. Um, but yes, it's just so happens to be one of my favorite bands too. I happen to have 2 rounds to do before decreasing again. And I take a short finger break again. Ooh. Anyway, water. And I don't know. I might have told you about that whole musical issue. I don't remember if I did. I might have. No. Jacob Ladder Squares. Is that a quilt thing? Because that's what I'm seeing. No, I've not seen that. I'm seeing an Afghan square that like has lines in the middle of it and like 3 colors. Is that it? You'll have to send me pictures. Oh, a brain in corners. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I've not done that. But I'm maxed out on squares right now. I'm so tired of making new ones. I've not done that. Maybe one day I will. Sorry for the burp. Okay, I'm a bit sleepy right now. No, TikTok, I don't want emails. Goodness gracious. Is there even a setting to not be emailed by them? Because I will check that. They don't even have dark mode for Android. Sad, huh? They only have it for iOS. Notifications. Yes. Okay. Personalized post. Other. Oh, email notifications. And no, I don't want a newsletter. No. No. Nope. No email notifications anymore. There you go. I do not like being emailed every second. Yeah, I have 2 views on my first TikTok, which is just I changed my profile picture and it uploads it. Why is there fries? There are fries. Look at that. There are fries dancing on my post. I guess I'll have to add my TikTok account to Linktree and everything. But these are interesting squares. So an AliExpress link? Where? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh no, it's not. It's not an AliExpress link. It's not clickable. It's just like a widget for. It's like an emoji or what's the name again? A thing. It's not clickable. It's not a link. It's just on my TikTok. It just uploads a TikTok automatically when you change your profile pic. I changed it to be my Halloween blanket. I have to make a new one for Instagram soon. Right now, the project I have was designed by someone else but made by me. So I want one that I designed. Alright, I'm gonna have to go because my roommate will be home soon. So, before I go, I'm gonna put my links in the comments again. But if you feel like giving me a little tip for entertaining you today, or if you want to help out with rent and with expenses and everything, here are my links. So I want to thank everyone for chatting and keeping me company. And I hope you all have a good day. I'm having stomach bubbles a lot right now. I'm trying to stop the stomach bubbles, but it's not doing a really great job. I'm trying to remind myself that I'm not a fish, but apparently my mind doesn't want to hear it at the moment. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a super great rest of the day, or the night wherever you are. And I hope you have a good meal, a good rest, good hydration, whatever you need to be healthy and happy. And I'll see you all later. Soon. I don't know when. But I'll try to hop on here as soon as I can. Yeah, I'll check that later. Bye.